thanks Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. I've made some incredible barbecue briskets in my life, including this one right here. Take a look. This is a Japanese Wagyu A5 brisket. It was and still is one of the best briskets I've ever eaten in my life. I've also dry-aged one and was rewarded with some incredible brisket. The flavor is something I can never forget. And today's cook was suggested by you, my subscribers. And I am so grateful for your suggestions, because without you, this would have never happened. This is the Parmesan Crusted BRISKET Experiment, so let's do it. And everything starts off with this beautiful full packer brisket. They call it full packer because it comes with both muscles. We got the point and the flat. One of the biggest mistakes I see most people make is that they wash their brisket once it's open. Please never do that. You're just removing a little bit of the back juices from it. And even yours, you're getting your sink contaminated. So always just try to use paper towel. That is good enough, trust me. Because once you're done cleaning it up, you should be ready to be butchered. As you can see, some of the edges are brown. That is actually a little bit of cooked brisket. You see, whenever they're vacuum packing it, they use hot water, and that's what happened right there. Now, one of the most important things whenever you butcher in a brisket is to make sure that you have a sharp knife. That is crucial. Always sharpen your knives. I like to start with the point, which is this part right here. It is the fattiest part of the brisket, and because it has a lot of internal fat, I like to remove all of the external fat. And as you can clearly see, sometimes you get briskets like this. It's missing a good amount of fat on top right here, but that's no problem at all because we gotta take most of it out anyway. Because again, the point already has a good amount of fat. You see the brown meat right here? Like I said before, that's cooked meat, so make sure you take it out. Once I was happy with the top, I started working on the bottom. And as I flipped it, you can see that we got a nice slash right there. And also these external fat right here, they will render with the heat. So you can remove it if you like or just leave it on. However, this other big piece of fat right here will not render, so make sure you remove it. I recommend going nice and slow so that you don't take too much out. Because once I was done removing that part, this is what my brisket look like. As you can see, the fat on the top of the point has been completely removed. However, the flat, which is the leanest part of the brisket, I try to leave a good amount, because the next thing to do is to go ahead and get this thing seasoned. And we are not just using salt and pepper. We're gonna make a brisket rub. I started with a good amount of black pepper, followed by garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. Mix it well and combine everything together because your rub is done. And I want you to notice one thing. I did not add any salt because I like to control the salt amount that is being poured on my meat. And if you are using regular rubs, you gotta add more and more rub to get it perfectly salted. Removing the salt aspect out of the rub is the way to go, because as you can see, I seasoned this thing perfectly with salt. Then I went ahead and threw in the rub. I did the same exact thing with the other side as well. And notice that I did not add any binder, because this brisket will already have plenty of flavor, trust me. Once I was done with all of the seasoning, this is what it looks like. It is perfectly seasoned and ready to be smoked. Talking about that, to ensure that it's gonna be cooked to perfection, I'm going to be using my wireless thermometer. I'm looking for my smoker to be at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll be letting it smoke until I hit an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. That usually takes about 4 to 5 hours, because now we got a lot of other things to prepare, starting with some duck fat. And this is incredible, but the big question is it going to be good with brisket? Well, we're gonna find out real shortly, because I'm not only gonna be wrapping the brisket with it, I'm also going to be basting. And for the wrapping is pretty straightforward. I just threw a good amount of duck fat right onto it. Made sure that the butcher's paper was completely wet. As you can see, I added to both pieces of papers. Now that should give an extra layer of flavor. Talking about flavor, let's go outside and take the duck fat with us. Because instead of spritzing it with beef stock, I basted it with duck fat. At the same time, I was trying to be as gentle as possible so that I did not disturb the bark, because once I reached the internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, it was time to take it out. And this was what I was left with. Now that is looking real good. That gold mahogany color is a sign that we got a nice smoke ring on the brisket. And most importantly, I wish you could smell it. It smells like brisket heaven. But hey, we are not even close to being done, as this thing is not fully cooked yet. The next thing to do is to go ahead and remove the thermometer. And as you can see, this thing is running with juice. Then it was time to wrap up the whole thing with duck fat butcher's paper. Making it as tight as possible was my goal, and I definitely needed both papers. Now I'm going to be using something that it's called the boat method, and that is to use both butcher's paper and also aluminum foil. However, the aluminum foil is just to cover the bottom and the edges. This will help you get your brisket nice and tender. Talking about that, the next step is to go ahead and throw it back in the smoker. Now I'm no longer looking for time. I just want it nice and tender when I poke with a thermometer. And as it's finishing cooking, it was perfect because it allowed now's us time to go ahead and make the Parmesan crust. I first started by grating a good amount of provolone cheese. The next cheese is this, Parmigiano Reggiano. Try to use the real thing, everybody. It is better. I'm also not going to be adding it right now, because right now we got to make a cheese paste. And I first started with a grated provolone, followed by a little bit of heavy cream. Then I added sour cream and a good amount of grated garlic. Yes, use a micro grater. It does a much better job. To finish it off, I added Louisiana hot sauce. Mix it well and bring all of this paste together. As now, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and finish the brisket. And for that, there is no more explanation needed. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to finish up this beautiful Parmesan crusted brisket. So let's do it. Before moving forward and trying out this incredible brisket, I want to thank the amazing sponsor of today's video, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid has a whole world of amazing looking champions, all from their own unique faction, and those factions have a lot of lore. Use my link down below to download Raid to your mobile phone or PC. Here's a quick dive into the first faction you meet, the Bannerlords. The Bannerlords are basically medieval knights with a massive kingdom in the west of Teleria. They are arrogant and believe themselves to be a sight of good, but the orcs, Ogrin, Skinwalkers, and Lizardmans would disagree. The lands from the Bannerlords were taken from the non-humans by force and kept through centuries with the help of sacred order. Now with the Bannerlords weakened by war of their king, it is time to right an ancient wrong by whatever means necessary. You see, these are two of my favorite Bannerlord champions, Regling and Ursula the Mourner. She means business. Something I really like about this game is the ability to be part of clans. And this month, Raids just released a ton of amazing new clans features and improvements. There are brand new quests for you and your clan members to work on together. New benefits for every clan member for just being on a clan. And even a brand new clan shop that gives you access to some incredible powerful items. This month also got new champions to collect from fragments in the Doom Tower, and a load of events and competitions to take part in. If you want to get a huge head start with Raid, all you have to do is hit the link on the description or scan my QR code and you will get an epic hero Chanuro, 200 silvers, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so that you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. Rewards will be available only the next 30 days and only for new players. Click the link on the description and I'll see you there. Thank you, Raid Shadow Legends, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful brisket. What do you think, Angel?
It's a brisket pizza.
Exactly. I must say it does not look like traditional barbecue because it's not. As you can see, I still got a nice smoke ring. It's nice and juicy, but at the same time, I put a Parmesan crust on it. I'm salivating, everybody. I gotta be honest. My mouth is just salivating.
This is exciting. Whenever you do a brisket, I know it's not an experiment unless there's 2 briskets.
Yeah. It's not exciting. This is it. This is our dinner right here. If it's not good, we're gonna be in huge trouble right now.
It's gonna be real bad.
Angel, there's nothing else. This is it. No side dishes, no nothing.
I really hope it's good because I'm pretty hungry.
I know, right? I'm starving. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff. We got the lean, we got the fatty, we got the extra fatty over here. I said we go for the good part. Bro, I'm too starving. I'm starving. This is the point, and it is my favorite part, the fattiest part of the brisket. Basically, the best, everybody. That's all I can say about that. Enough talking. Are you ready? I can't try. I'm excited. Can you tell me excited?
Look at this piece right here.
Oh, look at that.
Little bit of cheese, a nice smoke ring.
Okay, enough. I can't wait, everybody. I'm excited.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
You got fire. You discovered fire, bro.
That is amazing. I'm telling you right now. I'm so used to the regular traditional brisket that we always have, which is fantastic, by the way. Don't get me wrong. But that plate, what do you think, Angel? Look at you. It's amazing when you do something and you have something in your head and you think it's gonna work great and it works fantastic.
Oh my God. Hold on, I'm gonna text Leo. I'm gonna tell him to come over here. I'm gonna tell him to come get some.
Text everybody. Text
my
Mama
God.
too. Everybody, come over here. Guys, let me tell you something. You still taste the barbecue brisket and there's a crust. It doesn't overpower, but it changes the flavor quite a bit. It's like, how can I describe this to you guys? Absolutely delicious, but as soon as you take a bite, you feel the crust and then you feel the barbecue brisket. That is how good it is. What do you think, Angel? Huh?
That's not fair.
Smells
wow,
amazing.
Bro. Okay, I'm pretty excited now.
What
I
happened?
want more.
You want more?
I want more.
The smell is incredible.
Let me get some more.
That's it. You get more.
Let me get some more.
Get as much as you want. How can you describe? I need you to describe it. Oh, you took another bite. That's it.
It was fat. Hold on.
Hold on. I gotta take another bite, everybody.
Okay.
That's crazy good.
So the smoke ring is probably as perfect as you could get a smoke ring.
Yeah, it's nice and smoky.
It's
not overpowering.
It's smoky, but it's not that crazy smokiness that's like, oh my god, now I feel it when I breathe how smoky that was.
Right.
It's a nice amount of smokiness, if smokiness is a word.
Yeah,
Is it
like
a word?
what you're
I think
trying.
it
Yeah,
is.
I understand where you're coming from. Like a mild, nice smoke.
Dude, what is this mixture here?
There's
What's
a lot
on?
of stuff, bro. I even
Parmesan?
put a little bit of duck fat in there. I'll tell you one thing.
Dude, this is gourmet going on over here. What's going on here? You putting all these things.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's a little bit fancy because I wanted to try the duck fat. It gives such a wonderful flavor to the brisket, everybody.
Duck fat apparently is pretty good, huh?
I know, right? Everything that we do with duck fat turns out fantastic.
I wasn't on that video.
Oh,
where
you were not?
tested them, but it seems like it works, you know?
The fatty part was delicious, but now we got to try the lean. Because usually the lean is not that great. Well, let me just rephrase that. It's not as great as the fatty, obviously. But hopefully, this will do something. Let's see. The lean part.
Wait. Let me get a little bit more cheese.
A little extra?
Let me get a little bit more
part.
cheese.
Let's see if it's as good as the fatty. Cheers, everybody.
Man. Oh, man.
That adds something extra to the brisket, man.
It's like caramelized sugar almost.
Oh, it's so good. That is so good. Woo! I don't know how to describe it very well because sometimes when I get a little bit overexcited, I can't explain it, but it adds a wonderful flavor to the brisket, everybody. I highly recommend you giving this one a try. I'm telling you right now, you will thank me later. I promise you.
I actually prefer that.
Really? I can't believe that's the first time you actually prefer the leaner versus the fatty part of the brisket.
I actually prefer it.
It's such a nice combination, everybody.
I think it doesn't feel as lean. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's because of the cheese all there melted down and everything.
It feels like it's still very fatty.
Yeah.
The flavor at least. And then everything comes together a little bit more perfectly. I don't know.
I understand where you're coming from, Brad. At least for me, I love the fattiest part of the brisket, which is the point. It is definitely my favorite part. This is an amazing brisket,
This
everybody.
does not make sense.
I know, right? It doesn't, and it looks weird. I know some of you are gonna say, "Guga,
No,
it
it
looks kind of
doesn't.
weird." It doesn't look
If you
good.
think this looks weird, bro,
Bro, I'm not used to putting a crust like this on a brisket. Yeah, I'm just used to a nice
it
hard.
doesn't look weird.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got cheese on top. It
But it's
doesn't
not
look
any
weird.
cheese. There's a little few things. You gotta watch the video. I put so many things that I don't even remember what I put, everybody. I was just slapping at everything to see if it's gonna come out
What do you mean?
fantastic.
I know exactly what it is. I read the title.
You did? What is
No,
it?
I didn't read the title. Unfortunately, we don't see the title like you.
Yeah, we don't know what the title is. We don't know what the title is until it's time. Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always on the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. And this is the reason why I love to experiment.
Hold on.
Success! Yes! That's what I'm talking about!
Success!
Yeah!
Ah! Go Super Saiyan! Ah!
See you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.